Why should you use a ganache crumb coat for your cakes and wedding cakes? A ganache icing is a mix of good quality chocolate and cream. It's melted down and cooled, which is used as an icing instead of a buttercream. And I like to use it under all my buttercream layers for so many reasons. So ganache sets a lot harder than any buttercream, and it also sets firm at room temperature. This means it makes a heavier solid cake, which is ideal for wedding cakes or if you have a cake that's out on a hot day. The ganache takes a little longer to melt on a warm day, so it gives you extra time to have your cake on display, whereas a cake that's fully buttercreamed will melt a lot quicker. And because the ganache sets so hard, it makes it easier to stack onto other cake tiers, and you can also hold the cake tier in your hand and you'll have no issues or finger indents. And it also creates a very structurally sound cake, which is exactly what you need when you're building a tower of cakes for a party. It's also quite easy to get straight, clean lines with ganache, whereas buttercream you might fiddle a little bit more. Ganache you get those really sharp edges. Now, it is a little tricky and it does take a little while to get used to, but when you get used to it, you'll love it. Once I've made my ganache, I'll let it set until it becomes a peanut butter consistency, and then I'll put it into a stand mixer using a paddle attachment and mix it up so it becomes a little bit fluffier, although you don't need to do that at all, I just prefer it like that. Because it sets so fast, you do need to work quite quickly with it, and I recommend using a metal scraper to work with it like in the video. But as it continues to set, you can keep adding ganache and smoothing it out, and also you can heat up your metal scraper to get smooth, sharp edges. It took me a long time, a lot of practice on a lot of cakes to be fully happy with it. And don't be harsh on yourself if you don't get it the first one or two or three or four times. I'll leave the recipe for the white chocolate ganache in the description below, but you don't have to use white chocolate. You can use milk chocolate or dark chocolate, but the recipes will differ. But I prefer white chocolate because the taste is not as intense as a darker milk.